Hello and welcome to a new video on my channel, and today I'm going to be creating another tag in my series of Tagtastic Tuesdays using Gilding Flakes. I'm starting off by using Flitterglu from IndigoBlu. I've tried out a few different glues with my Gilding Flakes, and this is the one that I find gives me the best results. I'm putting it onto some of the foam that they also supply and making sure that it is properly soaked into the foam. I've decided to start by using a stencil with my Flitterglu, and it is the Mandala 5 from Bee Crafty. So I'm pouncing it sort of quite gently through the stencil, making sure I get a good coverage. Once the glue is on the piece of card, you need to make sure that it is not too wet when you start to add the Gilding Flakes, and it will stay tacky now for a very long time. And I'm also making sure that I am adding water to my stencil straight away to try to clean the glue straight off of it. And because I'd only put a quite thin layer on, I didn't have to leave this for very long before I knew it would be okay to add the Gilding Flakes. As you can see, I have a very large tub of Gilding Flakes here. They are not from one pot. I decided that I had lots of different pots of mixed up colours, and I wanted them all really in one place because I wasn't using them as individual sets and they all had much the same colours in them. So I've added them all to one big pot. And I start by, I press the Gilding Flake down into the glue, so I'm making sure it's properly in contact, and then removing the excess gently straight back into the box. Here I'm using a piece of Ranger's Rub It Scrub It. I do actually have proper scoochies from IndigoBlu somewhere, but they're in a very safe place. So this is what I use instead, and it works just as well. I'm now removing any extra to really reveal the detail of the stencil and the Gilding Flakes there. And I always make sure I'm pouring any last little scraps back. I'm now going to stamp with the Flitterglu, and this is using the Wildflower 2 stamp from Bee Crafty. I added a little bit more glue to the fat foam because I wasn't sure if there was enough on there. I'm making sure that I do a sort of, I'm covering the stamp properly, but I don't want it to be too thick. And when I stamp, it's very quick on and off. If you leave the stamp on the card for too long, when you pull up, the glue pulls off the card as well, and then you won't get the Gilding Flakes to adhere to it at all. And again, I made sure I put some water onto my stamp straight away because you don't want that glue to be remaining on there. This time I'm just using plain gold Gilding Flakes, and I'm just adding a little bit at a time straight onto the card, and then sort of rubbing down with my finger to make sure it's adhering properly before I then go in up with a bit more force to remove the excess. I will put links in the description box underneath for all my social media, and also for Bee Crafty, so that where you can find the stamps and stencils, and I'll also put on a link for IndigoBlu. I'm now bringing out the detail. When you do this as well, it also sort of helps to bring out the shine of the Gilding Flakes a little bit as well, which makes it look really nice. And I had cut another tag out of black card and then just cut it up the middle to make that extra piece. I've now got some double-sided adhesive on a piece of card, and I'm going to die cut one of these Thinlit dies, which are part of a mixed media set from Tim Holtz. I'm not sure which number set it is, but I'm sure that if you looked online you'd be able to find it. Now I've cut it out, and now I'm taking off the carrier sheet of the front, so now I've revealed the stickiness, and I'm going to be using silver Gilding Flakes with this part. Now you could get a similar effect just by cutting your die out of silver foiled cardstock. But one thing you find with the Gilding Flakes is because it's all different flakes, even though they're all silver, when they are on the piece of card, they give you different shades and tones of silver. So yeah, I prefer the effect of that. Now this one was a little bit more tricky to get the excess off of, so I had to be a bit careful because it is a very fine design. And I also in a moment turned the piece of card over so that I could get some of the excess from the back as well as from the front. I'm using some Cosmic Shimmer acrylic glue to attach this black part of the tag down. And I start by trying to add lots of little dots of glue to the back of this intricate die cut. And after I've been going at it for a little while, I thought this is really not a sensible way of applying glue, and so I decided to just add it to the mat and dab it in, and that was much easier and got much better coverage. It also means it's not going to be squirting up the sides of the die cuts as much as just blobbing on the glue onto the back. And that's the tag finished for this moment. After I'd finished filming, I did decide to add just a little sentiment from a Tim Holtz sticker sheet. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please do like by giving a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, I would love it if you would subscribe. Thank you, until next time, bye bye.